He shot his dad at 15. Then he stabbed his mom when he was 17. And right now, as I'm speaking to you, he's a free man. Let me tell you how we got here. Colin Griffith, his name didn't mean much to most people until his story came out. Let's rewind to 2023, Valentine's Day, Lincoln County, Oklahoma. 15-year-old Colin shoots his father, Charles Griffith, in their home. He calls the police and tells them that his dad attacked him with a knife. He said it was self-defense. Now, normally you'd expect a full investigation, right? Like, I don't know, check. Well, the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation steps in, and guess what? They said they can't disprove this boy's story because there was no surveillance, there were no witnesses, just Colin's version of events. So within a month, they dropped the murder charge. People were already whispering then, but no one expected what will happen next. So after his dad's death, Colin moves in with his mom, Catherine Griffith, in Florida. She was an English teacher at Florida Virtual School. She was smart, she was straightforward, she loved her son, but they had problems, serious problems. Right, so behind closed doors, things were not going well, things were not pretty. Catherine said that her ex-husband had isolated Colin from the world for nearly 3 years. No school, barely any food. Why? Because Colin had told him that he was gay. And apparently Charles did not like that. He didn't take that news well. So now Colin is living with his mom, struggling to adjust, battling serious trauma that he got from his dad. His records mention complex PTSD, personality disorders, all of that. Catherine tries to get him help, therapy, evaluations, the works, everything. But Colin is spiraling. He's not doing very well. There was even a time that he beat her up because she took away his video game. Then comes September 2023, Catherine has him placed under the Baker Act. So this is Florida's mental health law. Because he said if she made him come back home, he would rather unalive himself or her. So he goes into a treatment center. Eventually, he's released because they say he's better. And then he goes back to live with his mom. Fast forward to September 8, 2024, just 1 year. 1 year after his dad's death, they got into a fight. Allegedly over chores. Colin storms off to his grandmother's house in Auburndale. Catherine shows up to talk some sense into her son and she wants him to come back home. This is where things take a deadly turn, okay? So eyewitnesses, including a neighbor, say that they saw Colin dragging his mother into the house by her hair. 2 hours later, Colin calls 911 and he says that she fell on a knife during a struggle. But the autopsy tells a different story. Catherine had multiple neck wounds. How many times did she fall on the knife? So the cuts they were deep and intentional. There were defensive wounds as well on her. She fought back. So police arrest him. This time he's charged with first-degree murder and kidnapping. Now you would think, this is it. This is it. After what happened with his dad, surely they will lock him up. Right? No. At trial, his lawyers argued self-defense again. They paint a picture of a violent and mentally unstable mother who once even pulled a gun on him. They go so far as to suggest that maybe she wanted to die and she pushed him to do it. Suicide by some. The jury listens, and after 5 days, not guilty. They said that there was reasonable doubt, so Colin walked free again. Meanwhile, the Sheriff Grady Judd, and other law enforcement officials, they're not buying it. They've said publicly that even though Colin beat the case, they still don't believe the full truth came out. But legally, their hands are tied. So now, Colin Griffith, the teenager who lost both parents to his violence, he's out in the world. No charges, no convictions, just free. And people are still asking, was he actually protecting himself, or was this something else? Is he just the luckiest teenager in the world? Thanks for watching.